Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. So today, me and my team would like to present a short story called 12 and Not Stupid. So on this project, we have 5 presenters, which is Shaza Hayani, Fatima Nisa, Arisa, Atira, and Nisa. Without wasting time, let's begin with our first presenter, Nisa.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Sajida Nisa and my part is expositioning. Okay, the first one is Papa is late again and it has been 2 hours since school end and she's still in her school uniform. The second one is Mr. Kong expressed his sympathy toward her because of her dad were late to take her from school. The synopsis from this part of this story is Papa is late to take she from the school and Mr. Hong seemed her sympathy because of it.
Now I will continue with rising action. Soon, Shasha was relieved to see her father's car coming up the road. While she was waiting for her father for a while, she suspected that her father had forgotten to pick her up at school. This is because the incident had happened before. Shasha also thinks that if her mother had picked her up from school, the situation must have been easy. Yet her mother doesn't have a car license but still driving in Seremban, which is where they used to live. However, after they moved to KL, Shasha's mother no longer drive a car because she is not interested in the way of driving in the capital. After her father stopped the car next to Shasha, she intended to sit next to the drivers, but there was a female passenger who was already sitting there.
Now I'm going to talk about the climax. Shasha, who wondering about the lady who approached her inside her that vehicle. It because after she get into the car, there is a lady approached Shasha and called Shasha by her name. And she also felt so shook because she never met the stranger lady before. Next, Papa scolded Shasha not to be rude and greet the lady name called Auntie May. This is because Shasha staring uncomfortably towards Auntie May and asked Shasha to greet Auntie May properly by Salam Auntie May. Next, Shasha curious about the lady name called Auntie May because Shasha never once met her before, and at the same time Shasha looked at Auntie May who looked alike exactly like her mom. Next, Shasha also confused about their relationship because they seem very close to each other. Meanwhile, Shasha knows that her dad is not a talkative person. Next, woke up and noticed not her house. Shasha, who tired from long stand waiting for her dad to pick her up from school, after a few minutes getting inside the vehicle, she immediately drove to sleep and then noticed that her dad stopped at different house, which is Auntie May's house. After that, Papa warned her not to tell and lie Mama about Auntie May. After dropping off Auntie May from her house, Papa started to remain silent and without explaining anything to Shasha. After a while, they arrived at house. Papa warned her not to tell anything and tell her to lie about getting home late by saying forgot to tell about school activities. Shasha lied to her mom. After getting inside the house, Mama who waited for Shasha felt relief after saw her and started ask many questions about why getting late. Get back to the houses and Shasha answered all the questions by lying because her dad kept on staring at her very strictly. Lastly, Shasha felt really bad for her mom and don't like the situation because after the dinner, Shasha get back to the room with full of guilty because lying to her mom and scared because of her dad keep on looking at her.
is following action. Sasha and her family having dinner at Chinese restaurant. Suddenly, they receive unexpected guest, which is Auntie May. Turned out, actually, Auntie May have a problem with her husband, which is her father brother. Auntie May came because she wanted her help and advice. Her husband is unresponsible husband who left her and their son.
Okay, for the last step of the plot is resolution. After the dinner, Papa invite Auntie May and Kasim to go home with them because Auntie May and Kasim did not have transport and they come to the dinner by the taxi. After that, Auntie May thanks to Papa and Mama and she also apologized to Shasha for not being able to invite her into the house during the last time, and for this time she can invite because it was too late, and she invites Shasha to come her house on another day to get to know Kasim more closely. And lastly, Shasha feels guilty to her mother for not telling the real thing from the beginning.
Alright, that's all from us. Thank you for watching. If you want to know more about the story, you guys can check the link below. Bye!